Hello everybody, and what is going on? So recently I uploaded a video thanking everybody on my 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and on the end of the video I sort of introduced my questions and answers and asked people to ask me questions. So then you ask me something and then I answer the ask, and then that's how the Q&A is going to work. So a few of you asked me some questions, so of course I'm going to deliver on the ask. And the first question that got asked is, what's on your sleeve? Now by sleeve, I assume you are referring to the tattoo sleeve that I haven't really mentioned. I have got an old video in the archives called Tattoos and Piercings, but that was before this was even finished. So I thought now would be a good time just to show you the finished product, if you will. Let me just take you all the way back to my first tattoo, which is this bird on a mandala flower. It was literally there by itself. There you go. And ever since then I thought to myself, you know what, I need a sleeve. So what started to happen was I got things done bit by bit. It started off at the top. So as you can see here, I've got an owl with a nice sugar skull in the middle. This is when like sugar skulls were in, but you know, I think they're quite timeless personally. It has to be timeless because it's going to be on your skin forever. Anyway, so at the top here we've got the owl with the sugar skull, some nice clouds and beams coming out the left and right there. And the second tattoo after that I got was this deer here. Looks very nice. And this moon I got towards the end because there was just like a big massive space here. My tattoo artist thought, you know, let's just put something in there, and that's why the moon's there. Now the next thing that we've got is this little flower here and this rose right below the elbow bit. That didn't actually hurt as much as you thought, because you know, I know it's like you can hear the bone, so you assume that it's going to hurt more, but I couldn't really feel it, to be honest. So there's a nice little rose at the back there. Next, we've got the fox right in the ditch of the arm, right in the middle there. That did hurt the most, like right there. You power through it, you get a tattoo, you know what to expect. You're getting hit by a needle like 1,000,000 times an hour. You know, it's going to be painful whatever you do. Some of my friends think they're the Archbishop of Banterbury and say that this is like a dog or a cat, but it's not. It's a fox. And then here we've got a nice little flower. Didn't really think too much into this one. It was just there for filler, really. Then on the forearm of my tattoo, we have this woman wearing a wolf headdress. And on the wrist, we finish off with a nice little rose there. But yeah, that is my sleeve. And the next question is, what is the one pair of shoes you don't own but would like to? Now this is a really hard question because there is a lot of shoes that I want to own. But if I had to choose right now, I would have to choose the Air Max 1 Viotex X Atmos things. I'll put a picture up here. And last time I checked on Flight Club, I think they were like £700–800, so they're quite an expensive shoe that I could probably never get hold of. Just thinking about having those Viotex, man. I just love the colour on them, and I think the Atmos designs on the Air Max 1 are just super cool, but the Viotex are my favourite. And the next question is, when did you first start getting into clothing? Now this question's a little bit tricky for me because me getting into clothes was sort of like a slow progression, like super slow progression. I had to learn everything on my own basically. I didn't have many people around me who were also into fashion. You have to learn by yourself. I remember the first time I made a fashion purchase was a pair of Voy jeans, but it started all the way back then, sort of progressed doing my own research and getting more fascinated into fashion in general. And then I did an internship at a fashion PR company and they introduced me to absolutely everything. They introduced me to Champion, Fila, just all the cool brands that I really like today. So that was a massive contributing factor, and ever since then I've just been following like people on Tumblr, stylists, reading magazines, and it just got to a point where I eventually found myself, you know, in the center of it all. But the thing that really kicked it all off was my first ever trip to Crep City. Now there I saw a bunch of stuff that I'd never really paid attention to before. I saw people wearing Supreme, Palace, you know, basement stuff, and I was just like so overwhelmed by all these brands. I was just like, wow. It was around this time that I got into fashion and sneakers, all because of Crep City basically. That was just a major influence on what I do now. So long story short, I've always had an interest in fashion that slowly progressed to me getting like a PR job to learn more about the industry, and then Crep City. Those were the three things that got me into fashion. Now the next question is, where did you get your basement half zip up? Well, the basement is a Facebook group on Facebook, of course it is. So you can get all the information from there. They also have an Instagram page, so you know, all the stuff that they release, they like leave links in their Instagram page, and that's basically where I found out about it. And the next question is, how much do you reckon you've spent on clothes in the last year or so? Congratulations on the 1K. Firstly, thank you. I'm so grateful for 1,000 subscribers. And about my clothes and how much I spend on them. Now that is a tricky one because I've spent quite a lot of money on clothes. The most expensive thing that I've bought recently I think has to be the Jordan 4s, like the white cement ones. They were like £155 or something like that. So the Air Max Safaris cost £100 as well, so that's £250. Everything I bought from Supreme, that's like another £400. Oh, that's a lot of money. You know, as a random guess, I think I've probably spent anywhere between £500 to £1,000 this year, and it's only April. And the next question is, why do you only upload once a week? Now that is actually a really good question. It's just a general YouTube thing, like the general YouTube rule of thumb is you upload one video a week to your main channel, but then if you have like a daily vlog thing going on, then you upload it onto like a different channel. But I had been thinking of doing more than one video a week, maybe one in the middle of the week, like a Wednesday or a Thursday, make it a vlog or a little 1 minute thing, and then do like a main video on Sunday. I mean, that's just my idea in the thinking process at the moment, but if you want me to do more than one video a week, then please leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what kind of videos you want me to do, because that would be a big help as well. Now the last question of the day is, who is your favourite designer clothes reviewer on YouTube? Now this is actually quite a tricky one as well because I don't actually follow a lot of them, but I do follow quite a few sneaker reviewers like Thomas Simpson, Yo Anti, Bullet RC, you know, all of those guys, they're super cool. And that is it for today's Q&A video. If you like this video, then you can give it a nice little like. If you want to subscribe and see more of what I do, then you can by using the subscribe button that can be located anywhere on this particular web page. And if you want to ask a question for the next Q&A video, then you can by using the hashtag askm8 and leave your question in the comment section down below, and I'll pick probably all of them, to be honest. I like doing these videos. And that is it. Bye. It's a showstopper. And it looks quite cool unbuttoned at the same time. I think it complements this Thames t-shirt really well. And I think I've just accidentally made a new outfit for myself because this looks pretty cool. I'm feeling this.